In this video, we'll further discuss strategies to slow down. I understand that it's not possible to eat slowly at every meal. But if you can make a conscious effort to slow down every chance you get, and even turn a usual 5-minute snack into a 10-minute snack, I think you'll appreciate the benefits. Here are a few strategies to help you slow down. Take smaller bites. Cut your food into tiny pieces, like the size of a corn kernel or pea. This will increase the number of bites that need to be taken, which will slow you down. Chew thoroughly. Aim for 15 to 20 chews per bite. Seriously, grind that food up. Savor the flavor. Your taste buds are located on your tongue. Make sure each one experiences that piece of food while you're chewing. Put your utensil down between bites. After each bite, set your utensil back on the table, and maybe even consider taking a sip of water before your next bite. Again, you won't be able to incorporate these strategies each time you eat, but every bit of effort counts. And as we saw, the difference between inhaling and enjoying your food may be hundreds of calories throughout the day. Next, we'll discuss how specific types of protein may have a stronger satiating effect than others. In this video, we'll discuss a unique way to fight hunger. If you've dieted before, you're familiar with the fact that a higher protein approach is advantageous because of the positive impact it has on your appetite. If you're not familiar with this, or are looking for more information related to the benefits of eating more protein to lose more weight, please snag a copy of my free ebook called Eat More Protein to Lose More Weight. But when it comes to really fighting hunger, some proteins have a more pronounced impact than others. And one of those proteins is whey protein. Whey protein is a milk-based protein. You probably know it best for its fast digestion and muscle-building benefits. But what you may not know is that it packs a mighty appetite-suppressing punch, too. That's because it has been shown to positively impact the hunger hormones in your gut, the appetite control center in your brain, and blood glucose levels following a meal. Whey protein is composed of several bioactive compounds, or small molecules that exert powerful effects in your body. One of these compounds, glycomacroprotein, or GMP, increases the production of the satiety hormone cholecystokinin, which sends satiety signals to your brain. And apparently, GMP has a substantial impact on your appetite. A study published in the journal Appetite sought to determine the role GMP played in appetite regulation. Researchers provided subjects with a regular whey protein or a GMP depleted whey protein before they sat down to an all-you-can-eat meal. Subjects who drank the GMP depleted whey ate significantly more than the traditional whey group, which researchers attributed to the appetite-suppressing impact of GMP. Don't worry, your whey protein contains GMP. The GMP depleted version was created in the lab. It may have been a small study, but it yielded significant results worthy of attention. Remember, even the smallest contribution to the fight against hunger during a diet can be significant. Next, let's look at how another characteristic of this unique protein may further fight hunger. In this video, we'll further explore the hunger-fighting benefit whey protein provides. If your brain senses there's plenty of food available, then it shuts down hunger signaling. One amino acid found in protein specifically impacts this availability signal: leucine. And it so happens that whey protein contains more leucine than any other source of protein. Although research to date has only been conducted in petri dishes in mice, there is strong evidence to suggest a complex relationship between leucine, an enzyme complex known as mTOR, and your hypothalamus. mTOR is best known for turning on muscle building at the cellular level. Your hypothalamus is where the appetite control center of your brain is located. Some of ours are larger than others. Researchers suspect that mTOR has a fuel sensing role, and that a rapid rise in leucine levels stimulates mTOR to the point that it communicates to the hypothalamus, which in turn shuts down hunger signaling. So, choosing leucine-rich whey protein over a portion of chicken breast may have an even stronger appetite-suppressing effect. Pretty neat, right? When you eat a meal, particularly one high in carbohydrates, blood glucose levels rise. The hormone insulin also rises to shuttle glucose into the appropriate location so that blood levels return to normal. Pairing protein with any meal helps to enhance control of blood glucose levels because of its ability to slow down digestion. But it turns out whey protein may have an even superior impact over other sources of protein because of its ability to positively influence two molecules that work to enhance the insulin response to a meal and ultimately ensure proper blood glucose control. GLP-1 and GIP. With a greater rise in both GLP-1 and GIP, blood glucose levels are better controlled and return to normal in an appropriate time. Thus, you don't experience any massive swing from high to low levels, which ultimately creates a sense of hunger soon after eating a meal. Now, I don't expect you to consume whey as a primary protein source at each meal, but it may be something you consider adding once or even twice throughout the day. Next, we're going to discuss why you should consider adding whey's brother, casein, to your day to further fight hunger. In this video, I'll convince you to choose casein protein. Casein protein is also a milk-based protein. In fact, all dairy products are composed of roughly 80% casein and 20% whey protein. Casein is best known for its very slow digesting properties. It literally clumps in your stomach and may take 5 to 7 hours before it finally passes through to your small intestine. The most popular time to take casein protein is before bed. That's because the slow digesting nature of casein ensures a steady stream of protein is being delivered to your muscles throughout the night. But as you can imagine, having casein in any meal may help to alleviate hunger and keep your appetite in check for the hours to come because of its super slow digestion. Well, at least according to a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition that sought to determine the impact casein protein had on energy expenditure, appetite, and blood glucose control. In this study, researchers split subjects into two groups and had them consume the same number of calories but varying amounts of protein per day, either 25 or 10% of total calories from protein. On two separate occasions, subjects stayed in a metabolic ward for 36 hours under constant supervision. The 3 days leading up to their date in the ward, the subjects ate either 25 or 10% of their calories from protein via a controlled diet. Then, once in the ward, the lone protein source became casein protein, while the percent of protein remained the same. Baseline measurements for resting energy expenditure, appetite, and blood glucose were taken before and after time in the metabolic ward. Researchers noticed an increase in energy expenditure, decrease in appetite, and decrease in blood glucose levels 36 hours after relying on solely casein as a protein source in both conditions. But they noticed an even more significant improvement in the 25% casein versus the 10% casein group. Just after 36 hours, switching to casein as the sole source of protein, subjects experienced a myriad of benefits that ultimately support dieting behaviors. Pretty neat, right? So what does this mean for you? Well, for starters, I recommend making casein protein a part of your bedtime meal so you reap the muscle-protecting benefits I mentioned before. Check out my high-protein peanut butter pudding recipe for a bedtime treat rich in casein. Secondly, I recommend adding it to the meal that precedes the longest period you'll go between meals. For example, during my day, I have casein protein as part of my breakfast because I don't like to eat my next meal until 4 or 5 hours later. This subtle addition has stopped past hunger pangs I typically get a few hours later dead in their tracks. Keep watching for a bonus video that details how dairy may just be the best protein source for weight loss. In this video, I'll discuss the multiple weight loss benefits dairy protein provides. This bonus video takes aim at convincing you to stop ditching dairy when trying to lose weight. Dairy protein is an excellent source of whey and casein protein, both of which pack a mighty appetite-suppressing punch, as we just discussed. But the nutrient composition of dairy, think milk, cheese, and eggs, makes it a strong appetite-suppressing protein source. Yet, for some reason, many people ditch dairy when seeking weight loss. Maybe it's the high-quality protein, the vitamin D, or boatload of calcium that turns them off. I'm not sure. But joking aside, dairy is rich in all three nutrients just mentioned. One reason I'm advocating for dairy is related to the fact that it's an excellent source of calcium. There's been an established link between low calcium levels among obese populations, and suggesting that increasing calcium levels may help to enhance one's ability to lose body fat. But more than just its calcium, it turns out that this trifecta of protein, calcium, and vitamin D dairy provides has a plethora of positive effects on body composition changes too. A very neat study published in the journal Obesity split overweight subjects into two groups. One group consumed 1 serving, or 8 ounces of dairy per day, while the other group consumed 3 servings. During the first phase of this study, subjects maintained their usual exercise and diet habits. During the second phase, each was placed in a 500-calorie deficit to promote weight loss. Subjects eating 3 servings of dairy per day lost significantly more weight during both the first and second phase of the study. They also lost significantly less lean body mass compared to the low dairy group throughout both phases, which suggests a greater loss of fat mass. Researchers suggested that the increase in daily calcium played a major role at mitigating weight gain, and that the vitamin D played a potential cortisol-suppressing role, which helps to further reduce body fat. Additionally, they attributed the minimal muscle mass loss due to the high quality of protein found in dairy. So what does that mean for you? Well, it suggests that it could be foolish to eliminate dairy while seeking weight loss. But then again, it's foolish to eliminate any one food group or food, as no one food or group is alone responsible for weight gain. Strive for 3 servings of dairy per day. That's 8 ounces of milk or yogurt, or 2 ounces of cheese per serving. Thanks for watching this bonus video. I hope you enjoyed it. Next, things are going to get a little fishy as we unearth the benefits of eating enough omega-3 fats to keep hunger at bay. In this video, I'll discuss how coffee can curb your appetite. Coffee makes the world go round. Or maybe I should say, caffeine makes the world go round. And round. And round. Maybe I should have ordered decaf this morning. Jokes aside, you and I both know caffeinated coffee has a potent effect on our energy levels and focus. But coffee also has a strong impact on your appetite and may help to curb it when hunger hits. Good news, I know. Even better news, this benefit goes beyond caffeine. So if you prefer decaf, you can still reap the hunger-fighting benefits coffee offers. More than just caffeine, coffee beans also contain chlorogenic compounds, which are compounds that exert antioxidant-like effects in the body. And it's thought that the combination of caffeine and chlorogenic compounds found in the coffee bean have a positive impact on appetite hormones, specifically leptin, ghrelin, and peptide YY. If you dig into the research, you'll see mixed results as to whether caffeine truly suppresses appetite. Of course, no study is perfect, and there are always ample variables that may have contributed to a positive or negative outcome. But the consensus among coffee, not just caffeine, appears to be that there are some favorable hunger-fighting benefits. One neat study worth noting that demonstrated the uniqueness of the mighty coffee bean was published in the Journal of the American College of Nutrition. This study sought to determine the impact caffeinated and decaffeinated coffee had on appetite levels. Researchers split subjects into different groups and assessed ratings of hunger and levels of ghrelin, leptin, and peptide YY. Each subject participated in all 4 groups with a washout period in between. Both the caffeinated and decaffeinated beverages had a positive impact on hunger. However, what was striking was the fact that the decaffeinated group experienced a significantly greater rise in peptide YY. Although this was a small study, it lends support to the reality that coffee has more going for it than caffeine alone when suppressing hunger. So, if you're trying to curtail your appetite without caffeine, think in the evening, consider a decaffeinated concoction to help you get the job done. Earlier in the day, grab the stronger cup of joe. Next, we'll wrap this course up and recap the highlights. Congratulations! You just crushed this course and are now armed with numerous hunger-fighting tips, tricks, and strategies. Great job sticking with it to the end. I believe the information in this course can be highly valuable for your overall fitness goals. I hope you gained a greater appreciation for not only what you eat and drink and how it may impact your appetite, but also how you eat and drink. Hunger is an expected consequence of eating fewer calories than you're burning. But every tool and trick you learned can be incorporated throughout your day to help minimize it. This may give you the 1% of strength needed to say no to that cookie or bag of chips. If you're looking for further information and tools you can include to diet successfully, consider my ebook, A Dietitian's Dozen Fat Loss Tips. This ebook is a collection of actionable, research-based strategies that I have used to help hundreds of my one-on-one clients lose thousands of pounds of body fat and to keep it off, too. As a member of the TNT University Tribe, you get 33% off. Just use the code TNTTribe at checkout. If you have 60 seconds, I would love to hear your feedback about the course. What did you like? What could I do to further add value? Suggestions for future videos or courses? I would greatly appreciate it. It will help me to better help you and many others down the road. Best of luck in your health and fitness goals. I'll see you soon.